Well, hello, my fellow car modelers. How are you all doing today? I got a guest here with me, Billy Strange.
Hello.
Oh, yes. And if you haven't seen his channel, don't bother. It's not a big deal.
It's no good.
Yeah. So we'll give a little quick. I'll give you a little flash there. There's his symbol. I'll screw your name up so you say it. You say
Billy Strange Auto Models. That's my old logo. I gotta get a new one. Someday I'll do it.
Talk about that later. I got an idea for you. And get me involved, then you'll be owing me forever. So, anyways,
this is scary.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, everybody. Today, October 24th, is the channel birthday, the anniversary. 7 years. 7 years ago today, I dropped my first video, and I thought I'd bring my new YouTube buddy Billy Strange on with me because we got a special thing we're going to do. Billy and I are going to do a reaction video. This is the first reaction video, Billy, of my channel. I think I want to do reaction videos now because, I mean, what the heck? That's something in YouTube, right?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, sure. We'll go there.
Okay, let's. Because we're going to do a reaction video to my very first video. And we're going to see, how horrible I was back then. Because, I'm so refined and the stellar heights that I have grown in the YouTubeism, whatever that could be. I mean,
let's look at this point. We're just making up words, so it can't be any scarier.
Yeah, definitely
more scary.
The channel's 7 years old, so we'll talk like 7-year-olds. What the heck? So here we go. We've got look at that mug. Look at that young man.
Perfect.
Yes. Oh, yes. And it was that day, October 24th, 2017. Oh, man. I started this channel technically 2 years prior because Andy was like, you should do a YouTube channel. And I was like, for modeling. Originally, I wanted years ago to do YouTube for real car stuff, but I never was that smart or had the time. Mostly smart. I'm at his store, and he said, you got a camera, turn it on, start filming my store, do your first video. He forced me. But
that's what kicked you off to start YouTube?
Yeah.
You were forced?
I was forced into it. It wasn't my fault. You can't blame it on me. I had done a couple things with
Andy seemed like such a nice guy. I don't
dude, yeah. Wait till you meet him one day. You'll find out it's all an act. But he forced me into. There's a couple of our buddies there. I was very nervous. It was quite the debacle. But I didn't know how I was going to put the video together. And luckily, my son-in-law Vince, he had a pirated. Don't tell anybody. A pirated version of Premiere Pro, and he actually edited this video for me.
They're coming.
I didn't know how to edit. Oh yeah, I know. We're finished. That's Vince's problem, not mine. And Vince happens to be the one who, at this point in time, we hadn't done that beginning, that music and the pan of my collection and all that. But he's the one who did that whole opening sequence for me. Yeah, he really helped me get things started. I owe Vince a lot. The guy, he's a great musician and I guess he can do a little songwriting. So he wrote my little ditty for me and recorded it. But this was pre that.
In everybody's head.
And it sticks in community. Yeah. So that means he did a good. Well, you're in a rock band. You're a rock star. You know what it takes. You write some songs. You got one I was telling you the other day. I can't get out of my freaking head.
Call them earworms.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're earworms. Yeah. By the way, anybody go on over to Spotify. Look up what is it?
Skyline Red.
Skyline Red. And check them out, dudes. They're really good. I like them. They're in my playlist. At least one of your songs are the one that sticks in my head. Anyways, this is more about me, not you, Billy. So stop. Stop self-promoting, will you?
By the way, Matt asked me to do this. So any eviscerating that happens, he asked for it.
I don't do that kind of thing. Man, Mom told me never to eviscerate.
Well, that's only in private.
Only in private, only by yourself. Oh boy, we went in a different direction, didn't we? All right, so let's fire this thing up because this is absolutely ridiculous what we're doing, but we're celebrating, right? So here we go. Of course, like I said before, is that we didn't. Here, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. I'm not editing this either. This is crazy.
Perfect. Real good. We're gonna look great.
Oh, this is going to be fantastic. I'm going to destroy your YouTube career right now, today, as we speak. So
it's the scary time of the month. Please do.
It is just away from Halloween. That day, of course, I shot at Andy's first, but then I came home and I shot all these sequences, the beginning and of course the end. So that's why, obviously, this is not Andy's right here. This is in my bedroom at my old house.
I thought this was Andy's.
It's not Andy's. No,
led me down the wrong path already.
No. So let's fire it up. Let's see how this horrific thing started. Ready? Let's go. Well, there's no better way to start a new video show on YouTube about model cars than you just do it, right? Been thinking about it. My buddy Andy at Andy's Hobby Headquarters, who I'm sure you've seen his videos, has always been saying, hey, Luka, why don't you go ahead and do a model car show? And, well, okay, I'm gonna. But been waiting to get my model room ready. The problem with my model room is just a freaking disaster. Moved in here about a year ago, and all these other things happened. I just haven't been doing anything with it, and it's more of a storage room than a model room. So we need to clean that place up before I can do anything. So come on, let me just show it to you, and won't be too critical on me.
I'm still waiting for the video to start.
All right, here it is.
Me
Don't
too.
laugh. Don't judge. Ta-da.
Oh,
okay.
God. My eyes.
All right, here's
my eyeball is now burned.
I don't know what was happening here. Something was screwed up about the video. And when Vince edited it, he had to zoom up. So when we do this reveal of my room, it's too zoomed in, so you don't really see the disaster. I mean, there was boxes and crap all over the floor, and you could barely move in there. It was absolutely
all I can
not
see
usable.
is the lighting of 1,000 suns hitting those monogram boxes in the background.
Yeah. Oh, they are bright. Yeah, that was in the white box, the second white box era for monogram in the early 90s. Yeah.
So disappointing.
It is. Yeah, it's a. So here we go. Yeah, it's bad. Told you. But there's no other way to make it better than to just do it. So let's
I was going to say the best way is just to stare at your ear.
So I want to thank you for tuning in on this. Just figured it's time to start a show that's basically about the hobby. I'm not going to do building and showing you how to build. What's that?
It said focus.
Oh yeah, no, we're not going to get that lucky. We were in. I think I was shooting this off of my $48. I don't know, some kind of Samsung, 2 or 3 year old.
You were using your 1991 JVC slim camcorder.
That's funny you say that, because there's in the comments someone said VCR in the question marks. I was looking over the comments on this video and laughing and
that's
seeing if I recognize it. And none of the people I see these days, but yeah, no, it's not good. I figure you guys know how to build. Let's talk about the hobby.
They know how to build.
Go over tips. Let's take road trips to maybe some model shows, model events, model swap meets we always have in the area, your favorite hobby shop. But also maybe we'll start off by the do's and don'ts of about a model room, and maybe give you guys some ideas on model rooms. Like I've set my model room up because of guys over the years that, you'd go to your club meetings, you check out guys' model rooms. If you ever had your club meetings at other guys' house,
I just want to give a slight bit of advice. If somebody's starting their YouTube channel,
don't do this. Don't do it like this.
All right. So you've got a hat that is completely blocking all the light from your face. And I keep waiting
and that
for like
I
another
didn't
light
turn
to
my
happen,
light on.
right? Then, and then all of a sudden, it's like what's funny is I keep expecting because I know you now, and so from my brain keeps expecting like a different shot to happen with a hat, but at least I can see your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe don't try not to use a hat or at least give yourself a light.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And it's kind of funny. Like I just forgot to, when we fired this whole show up today, I forgot to turn my light on. So how
Well,
perfect is
you're
that?
using a slightly better camera, so it's not
Yeah. So
quite as noticeable as your 1989 Sony Handycam here.
yeah, well, I've come a long way. I've stepped it up a bit, I think, with the technology and the equipment,
So
Now
what's
now I'll spend
happening?
$50 on a camera.
What's happening on that bench back there anyway? What exploded?
Which one are we talking?
By your little shelving, your little
Oh,
parts
yeah,
bins, the
like
explosion of the bench.
at this point in time, you remember watching the videos because we've talked about it that I did
Yeah.
a few after this one when I actually cleaned up my model room and stuff.
Yes.
So this house that we lived in, it was a really small place, and that was a really small room. We had moved in, and back then I was I was first I managed a Circle K, and then I went and managed a restaurant. So I was working a lot back then. I wasn't the man of leisure that I am today, and so I literally lived in that house for 2 years. I didn't do any model building or nothing, and never stepped foot in that room. So I pretty much kind of set it up a little bit, unpacked a bit, but I never got things arranged, and things were
When
just
you
tossed all
unpacked,
over the
you
place.
meant you just kind of threw parts on the table and
I picked up boxes and went like this, and I'll do it later.
It'll all shake out somehow.
Maybe one day when I have a day off, I'll do something, and on my days off, I would just veg out in front of YouTube, and I wasn't very motivated, to get into the model room back then. But I will have to say, the start of the channel is what got me rolling, got me building again. It got me in there. I fixed that model room up really cool, and it was fun. And I was there for I did 2 years of my channel in that room right there. Too bad we never did it.
What looks like the Red Baron or the 90 car decals back there, and maybe a Wrangler.
Oh 15. Yeah. Oh, old J&J decals.
Yeah,
that's like way before your time. I don't even think you were born back then when those were.
Look, I remember them when I was a kid because my dad would get J&J, and there was another one, Fred
Katie.
Yeah.
Fred Katie or Fred Caddy.
Cad. I always look. I don't know. I was a kid. I said Caddy. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I said. Fred Caddy. Fred Katie. Katie Caddy. Tomato, potato, whatever it is, right?
Yeah, potato. That's it.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Yeah. Those things. I bet you if you okay. And you know what? There's another setup there. You see those Scale Auto 20th anniversary?
Yes,
ones?
I saw those. Yep.
So those, I can't remember if it was J&J that made those for Scale Auto or if it was Slicks. But when Scale Auto came out with their 20th anniversary edition magazine, they put a set of those decal sheets in every magazine, and they had a contest for people to build a model and mail in the pictures and stuff. And of course, I never did. I held on to those with one day I'll build something cool, and I still have those.
Now they're a collector's item.
Now they're a collector's item, and they still, even though it's in a different room, they are hanging in the same exact spot.
You have the city on your light. Do you get confused about where you're at? Phoenix?
All the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because I dream about being somewhere else because it's so freaking hot here and I'm delirious. I mean, we finally just a couple days got into not just going in the 90s.
I know.
We're not
finally here hit actual fall weather.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's starting to be nice now. Love it.
Sounds good. All right.
Yeah. So we move on.
And you've got your, okay, what you're wearing your GM Goodwrench work shirt here.
Yeah, I was never a GM Goodwrench mechanic. I bought that off of eBay.
Oh, okay.
I have a Ford one too. So
Impostore.
yeah, I don't have a Chrysler one, but I do have a GM and a Ford one. So
It's probably because you slept at a Super 8 motel. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. And that always inspired me to do my room the way I wanted to do it. So a lot of my room is set up from little pieces and ideas I got from all the guys I've known over the years, except for the mess. I still talk too much. And we got to put an end to all this. So let's clean this up. Or you know what? I got a better idea. I don't feel like doing this right now. What's the second favorite place a modeler likes to be besides his model room? Or hers, I'm sorry, I don't want to be sexist. Is
good job.
Your
good
favorite
job.
hobby shop.
Way to be inclusive.
Was that was that a save or what? Even back then I knew how to do it.
Yeah, good job. Way to go. That was nice work.
Yeah, here and then I'll just back up a little. Let's see how that
I like that. You know what? I will give you props because the comedic timing with the let's clean up the model room and then you pick up it looked like what kicker or something you grabbed.
Yeah.
And then you're like, put it over here, and that was it.
That was my
like, that's the second favorite thing to do. That
hers,
good
I'm
job.
sorry, I don't want to be sexist.
That's good.
Is your favorite hobby shop? Let's go there instead. I'd rather go to the hobby shop. Let's talk to Andy. Give you guys a little behind the scenes of what he does on his videos for you guys that have watched them. And let's go on over there. And as Andy says, let's get started. Come on, let's go. Yeah. Well, see, that was because I had come up with my own thing yet. So I had to take his.
So that was good. Like that, that part was good. We just needed to trim and get a little closer to that part when you started the video. Otherwise, that part was good.
Yeah. And I do believe that this scene was shot that we're going of me coming up to the store was shot after I already made the initial video. Movie magic, right? Ooh, I'm cruising in my 5.0.
Nobody gets motion sick watching your video.
My little home away from home. I don't have I think you guys will like this. I'm holding the thing. Now here's something.
It's like a penguin coming up to see. It's like an angry penguin, little as it's coming up to see Andy's hobby headquarters.
Andy's hobby. Oh, this was before I had my cowl hood too on the thing. But okay, so back then, if anybody has you've seen any fairly recent videos, it's back up here. So you see this right here. Coming up to Andy's or anybody's familiar with this store. And this sign is still there, the toy box. But at the time, this was the toy box. This was Andy's store. This was just it right here. And, now he's expanded into this store. And this is actually the main entrance now. Just for a little, that was then, this is now.
Okay.
Place I could not live without. True. So I'm here at Andy's hobby headquarters. Let's go in and take a look at what he's doing. He's working on one of his videos, so you get to see a little bit of behind the scenes action.
I kind of guess we were at Andy's hobby's headquarters by that point.
Yeah, maybe. But, you got to understand, it was the sequence that I was shooting this. Now, as you can tell, when we're outside of the car, it's a little lighter out. Because it was earlier in the day when I shot this.
I just was going to attribute that to movie magic. I thought you were trying to set moods with lighting.
Okay, we'll go with that, All right. Going on. You see, I'm holding my phone like trying to hold it behind me.
How you doing?
Good. What you working on today?
New video, and you get to see how messy I am when I'm working on a model kit for you guys.
So here we are going behind the curtain. Ooh. making a video.
So
And
your
if you-
video is watching somebody else make a video.
Yeah, what a way to start a channel, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. Now, if you see, look, back then, he's just using a freaking phone too. with a little tripod that's on the floor up against the bench there. And it was such a small shop back then. He just had this little area in front of his where the cat that where all the tanks up on that glass over there, that's where his cash register is and stuff. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of room in that place.
Okay. And lastly, now we're going to put on a little bit of our enamel thinner because we're going to put some little rust and streaking grime effect on it. And remember, it's just a matter of wetting the area with the enamel thinner. Taking care of that.
Got to show whose video it is.
Use right now light rust.
Well, nothing like letting somebody else do the heavy lifting.
A few little drops here and there, some lines, however you want to do it. And then it's just a matter of taking that same brush again and just taking off the excess. Or when it comes to the sides, dragging it down.
I'm gonna ask, is he rattle
gonna go
canning
over the whole
out in the
vehicle.
open on that table?
What's that now? Oh, rattle?
Is he rattle canning out in the open on that table?
Oh no. He you know, the door is right there. He would just step out and do it right outside.
Oh, okay. Oh,
you know, he didn't want the hobby shop to stink like Tester's.
He just wanted it to stink before you got inside. I get it.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, dude's professional. Come on, lay off him.
It draws people. It draws people in.
You see, guys, seen me do this many times. So I'm going to do the whole vehicle with the mainly the grime, but a few little areas we'll put some little light rust marks on it. So we'll do that. Come back, show you what it looks like.
And that's how the magic is made.
That's it. That's how the sausage is made.
Ah, yeah, he had to say that right there. That's how the sausage is made. So let me show you around the store a bit. Starting over here.
Okay.
Oh, now this scene right here is actually the very first thing I ever shot. Right here.
Okay.
And we're going to show the very first model kit ever shown on the channel coming up right here, right now. And it was all because I didn't know what the hell I was doing or what to say. And Andy had to rescue me.
In all fairness, I'm going to make a disclaimer myself.
Okay.
My first video on YouTube 11 years ago, which you can't even find anymore, is no better, if not worse than this. So, I don't
feel so bad.
No, I am going to be very transparent here, and I've had plenty of videos that were rough.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for those of you that don't know, Billy here, he might be new to the model car YouTube world recently here, but he's been doing YouTube for a long time. So I actually kind of ask him some stuff and get some advice from him. So he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I hopped over from sim racing. I think when I counted it up, I'm at, if I'm just going off of model car, like the videos now, I think I'm at like 475 subscribers. I know it says 8,000 something. That's from sim racing, and I didn't want to start a new channel, so I just flopped it.
Yeah, that's okay. I think that was a smart move. So again, everybody going on over to Billy Strange Auto Models, right? Did I say it right finally?
He got it. He did it.
See, I always want to go auto modeler. You know, I got that on my mind all the time in the magazine.
Mine was a play on Sacramento auto modelers, except modelers didn't sound right for a singular person for me, so I said auto models.
Oh, you're so
I did Billy Strange Auto Models.
Okay, we'll go with that. That sounds legit to me. That's good. So, well, hey, you know what? Everybody, at the end of this video, I'm going to throw Billy a bone for coming and helping me through this and making fun of me. And there will be a link to his channel. Go over there.
Why wouldn't you want to help me out?
Throw him a bone, you know.
Your video.
Yeah. Hey, you know, and he did, let me tell you, he did this in a pinch. I says, hey, you want to do this with me? Yeah, let me, clean up. I'm schlumpy. So,
right.
You know.
Yep. Yeah, I had to somewhat clean up at least. Yeah. I was happy to.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. So here we go. Let's watch this save from the professional Andy Klein. Of course, we've got the discount rack. Andy gets a hold of a lot of kit collections and stuff, and really get some excellent old kits and blows them out at great prices.
Let me show you one of them.
Yeah.
This one, this is kind of weird. We just got in
Airplane.
This is a 1958 Aurora kit. Really, really old. We're talking here. This is back in the day when
You got a weirdo in there.
All decals, everything. And this is when the back where they would have the
a bunch of green
decal
plastic
outlines on everything.
Yeah.
Just really cool. But yeah, we get all kinds of really cool stuff in here from time to time, and guys who sell off their whole collections, they decide they're not doing.
You know, I got to give him hand, man. That dude, he knew I was struggling, and he jumped in and helped me out. Even though he grabs a freaking plane kit.
But that's the best part. It's just because I know it's what he knows. But I also like he picked the only box that says Fokker on it.
Oh, geez. You know what? I think he actually still has that kit. He's going to put it at the new store.
It's a very offensive kit. It keeps calling everybody.
Well, you know, the Germans were offensive. Oh, gosh. Now I'm going to have the Germans after me. So, yeah, he actually, I remember when he got that kit, he was like excited about it. He thought it was so cool. So, you know, he had it sitting on the shelf.
The box art looks cool.
It is. It is pretty cool. We'll take, the box art. Where do we got that? Yeah, right
there.
This is kind of weird. We just got in this.
That's a cool box.
1958 Aurora.
Yeah, that is a cool box art. 1958. But I do believe he still has that kit, and it's going to be on display. And that's even more reason why it should be on display at his museum when he opens up this new store.
Oh, that's cool.
Because it's the first model kit to ever be unboxed on my channel.
On your channel. There you go. He can just put a little plaque underneath it that says Luka was here.
Oh, that's perfect.
Aurora kit.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot of plaques that say Luka was here at that news store. Let me tell you.
Really, really old. We're talking here. This is back in the day when.
Well, we could go past this. We already saw
decals, everything.
I just thought you were trying to.
Yeah, we get all kinds of really cool stuff in here from time to time, and guys who sell off their whole collections, they decide they're not doing cars anymore or not doing airplanes, and they want to get into tanks. So, yeah, I carry a lot of different stuff, and it flies out pretty quick too.
Pushing the tank thing and the T-shirts.
He just threw that right in.
Yeah, he did. And there's plenty of for the airplane and the tank guys. There's plenty of. Reference material we keep on hand.
Well, you just rolled right with it. You didn't even jump to the cars. You're still looking at tanks and planes.
Hey, you know, it's what was in front of me. Here is, of course, where you purchase. You've got it was a small store. The weathering paints and pigments, glues, supplies. You know what's crazy is like this is 7 years ago, and there was so much more stuff available today. Not just the fact that he has a bigger store and he's got a bunch of stuff. It's like almost the size of his whole store now is of that store back then is a section that just has that stuff in it. You know,
when we started our store, it was late 2013, like October 2013 or something like that, and we were 2,400 square feet. But a lot of that, we were primarily slot cars. So we had built a wood track myself with my dad, and then we built a second track that went in the back. So the majority was taken up by that, and then counter space for all the parts and stuff. But then we did have a model section, and behind the counter we had glue and we had parts packs, those parts packs and stuff. At least we were always trying to get whatever we could. But it's amazing all the parts that we have now, especially with 3D printing.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Even the kit selection from the major players. And then you have all the smaller boutique people as well.
You're talking about 10 years ago when you started your hobby shop. Man, the hobby has changed and grown a lot in the past 10 years. Look at this right here.
Right.
And tons of tanks and armor and the airplanes all down this aisle here. He just keeps a really great stocked little store here. Everything you can imagine.
Enough tanks to make your eyes
all
bleed.
The science fiction.
Yeah.
Here's a funny one. You guys that just built like we talk about changing of the hobby, not just model cars or tanks. When he gets to this section over here, Everything you can imagine. That's the science fiction section. That's it. It was at the back of the store. Today, the science fiction section and slash Gundam and Bandai and all that stuff is the biggest section in the store now. And again, his store is more than twice the size of this that we're looking at right now.
It blows me away because I remember Dad, we could only get so much, but he had like a small science fiction part on our shelf. And he had like some of the science fiction stuff, like a Wolfman or something like that. But especially 10 years ago, there was some, but not a lot. And like the other day, I was looking at the Gundam, and now they have like Mech Warrior stuff. And I mean,
oh, yeah. The Machine and Kruger
games. They have stuff based off of video games now, not just anime. It blows me away with the variety of things that are being sold.
Yeah, it is. And it's just that right there is really probably the end of the hobby, part of the one end of the hobby that is really launched, where it's really creating, I mean, all the different genres of the hobby, they all really do help the other ones. So with Bandai and Gundam becoming so huge, people don't realize our end of the hobby, like us with cars or anybody who's in armor, it's good for us because these stores are thriving because that end is becoming so huge and so popular and selling out. And it's a really good thing. You can't, if you're not into them, you got to still respect it. All the science fiction. Yeah, there's just. And I know there's a lot of you guys that just build models and everything. But of course, we're going to come over into the area that I always like to go. The cars.
Paint sniffing section.
The paint sniffing section, yes. Look at all that Testers. Testers Model Master.
Man.
Don't have that too much no more, huh? Let's see. So this is like 17. So this is like coming towards the end of that. And he even was starting to notice how it was getting harder and harder to get Testers, Model Masters. We're starting.
Yeah, we had to buy in. So all these companies, if people don't know, you typically have a buy-in initially. You have to buy a certain amount to get in, especially if it's with a different distributor. Sometimes if you're using the same distributor, you can kind of get around that buy-in. But like to get the racks and all that, like you end up having to typically, not always, but typically have to do a buy-in. The Tamiya stuff was easy for us. The Tester stuff, even though we wanted to carry it, we just were afraid we couldn't do enough volume, and you got to buy the racks and it's a process to run a hobby store, and it is not easy. Ours lasted 6 years, and it could have kept going, except they just kept jacking up the rent. It's a big tip of the hat to Andy.
I did, jump on his coattails where he laid them out for me, man. I really would not be where I'm at today if it wasn't for him. I owe him a lot. He's a good friend, and it's opened a lot of doors for me. And hopefully, we can keep this garbage still going. So let's get to the car kits.
Perfect.
Mia paints, Testers paints, but here's the model cars, and he always has been great about keeping up with.
Look at this.
All the latest kits. Remember the Suburban?
I would love to have the Suburban. That's cool.
I think that Suburban is like, it was like just a common kit then. Let's see. Let's get the store stocked. That's why. Come on, let's get right there. The yellow Suburban.
That's good. I just
Testers paints. Here's the model car. No problem. Yeah, it's right there. It's kind of blurry.
Yeah, you got another one to the left. Now that I can kind of halfway know what's what, since you guys have educated me since basically the beginning of the year.
Well, the thing like
things, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I remember back, like in 2015, 16, 17, Hobbyco, who owned Revell at the time, they were thriving and they were cranking the kits out. They were just putting out a lot, kept them going. And they were doing a lot of new stuff. And that Suburban was new. And
they
had just come out with that Bronco you see right down below the Suburban. And
I think I have that. I think I might have that one.
Rocking. They were rocking
that's cool.
back then. Yeah. And he always has been great about keeping up with all the latest kits, keeping the store stocked. That's why it's been for 14 years. It's like an Andy's infomercial
shop.
I just love this place.
Everything you need, all the
Yeah,
latest.
look at that. Oh,
Yeah.
what is
C7
that?
Corvette.
We were talking about that vet the other day, weren't we?
Out.
Look at the super wagon. Neat.
Yeah.
I'd like to have one of those.
I know, it's so funny. This is like only 7 years ago, and those kits were
Right?
like common kits. And now it's like, oh, you're trying to hunt some of them
Just
down.
about any kit you can think of that's just recently come out, and who usually keep a good stock to where some of the stuff that isn't even around anymore, that they drop it off, they'll still have a few.
He always kept good stock. And he would like always order a couple of cases of something new coming out.
Model shops,
Even back then.
and I've been doing this stuff for
Oh, and you gloss right over the Tamiya
35
stuff.
years, and
Yeah, you know,
Isn't it?
Tamiya, whatever, you know. Yeah, I did, didn't I? I wasn't as in. I was.
Dagger
You know,
from my
the
heart. That
funny
looks like a
thing is-
Mercedes touring car there, maybe, or something.
Yeah,
I
right
can't
there.
tell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bought
Maybe.
that kit. I own that kit right there. I mean, I always liked the Tamiya kits.
That's the
Skyline race car.
Lexus. Oh, is Skyline? I thought it might be the Lexus LC.
I'm pretty
430
sure.
or whatever it is.
Let's see if we can see.
I've been doing
No,
Yeah, I
that's the
blew off
Raybrigg NSX.
this
Yeah,
stuff
they
for 35 years, and
35
it's
years.
been my main hobby shop for the longest time than any other shop I've ever would hang out at.
Oh wow, what was that?
Yeah.
Let's
Let's
All
see.
the tools you need.
that was
Longest
a
time
big
than any
bike.
other shop I've ever
Yeah.
would hang out
Oh yeah, that. What
That
is
thing's
that?
big.
at.
Yeah, I remember
That's
that.
a 12 scale next to it. So what is that? 8th scale? 6? I mean, that thing
Probably.
looks huge.
I didn't go up far enough.
Yeah,
What a
that's all right.
crappy camera, man.
Everybody's
This guy.
if anybody's
Tools
still
you
watching
need.
this, they're going, get on with it.
Yeah, really. I tell you, this YouTuber, he's just not that good.
Plastic.
Oh, the blue mats.
And of course, a lot of the builds.
Hey,
the customers or
they think- there's my green-
customer build.
right there's my truck.
models he's built on his videos. And I even have one in there.
Oh, see, pointed it
Mine.
out.
And there's always a place for friends to come and hang out. That's the thing. It's a friendly shop. It's friendly.
Friendly.
Andy, he's
Yes.
friendly. Just like in the videos. Dave's friendly. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Matt. How are you?
Gabe,
See,
not-
okay, now there's something right there. You see how he called me Matt? People claim that I was hiding as Luka C. Right there, he called me Matt, right?
You let it slip.
I let it slip.
Buying anything? Because if not, you need to get out. I'm friendly to a point.
It's cool.
Yeah, we joke and
No, I'm not buying anything today. You know me better than that.
I figured that.
But yeah, it's always a fun atmosphere here. We have a good time, and let's get started.
Hey, I say that.
Oh, that's right. I got to come up with my own tagline, don't I?
Exactly.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, man.
So
now
that's what
you're
it's like over
stealing
at Andy's
taglines and everything.
headquarters. That's how he does his videos. It's kind of neat to get to see behind the
All right.
scene and how he shoots them. This
Pause
is me,
here.
Luka C. Thank
Yes.
Now, how many times has somebody asked you or messaged you for a kit that you've shown in the background?
Oh my goodness, that's funny
Because
you
I
asked.
see like is that a turbo Firebird? Is that what that is?
Oh,
Above the
yeah.
Fiero? So how often were you getting bombarded after just your first handful of videos? Because you're pretty much like you have it now.
Yeah.
You pretty much kind of have it as
I
your
got
background,
one
your
today.
Your studio dressing.
I got one today. It's always, I always do. I always get, the pan of the collection, or even like on my Facebook group, because I have a little picture from, well, it's like in the background of us when the video's down. I'm always getting people, oh, I see you got that. You willing to sell that? Or I've had some like, how much for that? I'm not selling. No, I'll buy that. No, you won't.
So what was the impetus for using that as your backdrop? what were you just trying to show that you are a model car channel?
Just flexing.
Or
I'm flexing.
you're flexing?
I'm
Look at all
no,
this great
honest,
stuff that you guys can't get.
honestly, you and I've talked about, you have an agreement. There's something that you love about the hobby. It's box art. I
Box art.
am in love with box art.
Yeah.
The box art on all these kits it's something that's a major part of the hobby to me.
As a kid, when they started doing good box art, or well, they had
Right.
good box art, but AMT did not have good box art. But Monogram did, with all their pro stock cars, and then later you get the sprint cars and the stock cars and everything. Like,
see, those were the best ones.
The box art, and that is
The John Lord,
Lord
art. That's
that
my favorite.
Of what drives me in the hobby is
good
box art always gives you a jumping off point or inspiration for the build. Even if you don't build it like the box art, it gets your brain turning with how cool it is. And whenever even if they show a great picture of the real car, that still works. It's whenever they show a picture of the model in a very uninspired backdrop. You're just
remember when there was this hideous time period for AMT.
Are you talking about the brown and
no worse than that? There was this blah behind background. They'd have the model car kind of like cut in, paste into but the background was a green to a blue fade, and it was like the most hideous green.
Yes.
I don't know if I have any of those kits. I almost would never buy those kits. They were so freaking unappealing. The box art was so bad. If I didn't need it, I didn't buy it.
Good box art definitely can sell a kit. I mean, I love picking up the repops they're producing now that have the OG box art, or have a box art that is inspired, like the newer kits that have box art that is inspired from the old stuff. I think the custom cruisers look cool. Like, I don't know. We could go on for box art. I know this is about your video. It's just reminded me, like,
seeing. Oh man, it's about models. Let's finish this off. As you can see, it's the end. You could go over here.
I was gonna say, how long is this video? How long is your video?
9 minutes and 40 seconds, but I think we're at an hour.
How to take a 9-minute video and turn it into a 56-minute video.
Yes, well, and we're doing it, and we're doing a darn good job at it.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks.
Punch that like button, subscribe. We're going to do more model car stuff, and you got any ideas, things you want to see, things you want to talk about it, let me know, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.
There were moments there.
See you next week.
The light is hitting your face, kind of like here. The hat's not so bad.
Yeah, I was getting better as we were going on with this. I kind of figured out what I was doing, huh?
Yeah. Oh, there's the background right there.
Yep, there's my background. Yeah.
Look.
Well, there it is.
It wasn't as bad. I mean, it was rough. I've made videos equally as rough, and I did give you some crap there. You have, at points you might have had 1985 fog lighting, but it's okay.
We tried, but it got me going. But yeah, first model car was a model airplane.
Yeah. That was good. I really like that.
Isn't it?
If people have never tried to do this, if you've never tried to starting, it's kind of hard to understand how intimidating it is to put yourself out there and to try to find your own voice. And I don't mean like literally. What I mean is that your own style, you're trying to figure out your own way of doing things. You're trying to figure out what's interesting, and you've got all these ideas, and you're trying to channel all those ideas. Most of the time, you don't even, you kind of know, like, look, I'm going to start a model car channel, but you're like, okay, and like, what's the next step? And so you're trying to figure out, and you're trying to find your footing. It's good that you have left this up, though. Because I always think you can go back to it. It's an archive. Mine is just gone because that first channel I did is just in the ether somewhere when I wasn't thinking about archiving those things. It was like a Diablo 3 gameplay.
Oh my goodness.
It was awful. It was terrible. So I only gave you crap because you were asking me to tear it apart. But in all seriousness, it's not that bad.
Thank you, Billy. I appreciate it. But You weren't watching back then, were you?
I wasn't. No, sir.
Put in the comments if you were one of my viewers when I first started. If you watched that video around the time that I first put it out, let me know down there, man. I'll acknowledge you for sure.
There you go.
Like I said, I went and I scanned real quick before we started this video. When I was pulling up that video to get ready, I was looking to see if if I recognized anybody from back then. I didn't at the time, but that's when I found that one comment where someone was like, "VHS."
That's so good.
It said, it was. It seemed like it, man.
What would be even better is if they came back and if it was the exact same person and they commented VHS again. Please do.
Well, hey, if you're there, you do it, man, and we'll give you a thumbs up on that one. Hey, Billy, thanks for coming and celebrating my channel's 7th anniversary.
Woohoo.
And we're going to keep on going with this because I have a lot of fun with it, and I've made so many cool friends. That's probably the neatest thing about doing this YouTube is it's gotten me out there to where I have gotten the opportunity to meet so many cool people and do so many great things. This is the weekend at Acme. I'm a little upset I'm not out there because so many of my friends go to that, and I get to, you know, when I did go there last time, I got to see everybody, and that's always a bummer. But there's next year. We'll make it one of these days, and so many other shows.
7 years is a long time to do this. You can burn out really easy doing this stuff. So congratulations.
Yeah, you can. And I am still going strong, still love it. I enjoy it so much. And like I said, it's you people out there that keep me doing it. I always read comments. I love it. Even the bad ones, love it. Just make comments down below. I read them. I say, let's end this thing. 9-minute video took us an hour to cover. So
that may be more of a commentary on how we can't shut up, but yeah.
No, yeah. Well, we're YouTubers. That's what we do. I just want to tell everybody out there.
Important.
No, never of importance. Well, here we go. This is probably the proper thing to put in the corner right there.
Yep.
That's more us.
That's perfect.
That's perfect. Well, with that being said, and keep gluing those fingers together and keep cutting that styrene, and we'll see you in the next video.
Have fun storming the castle.
And he's strange, believe me.
That's right.
Thank you all for watching, and here are the producers.
Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary!